Welcome to another book review. Today we are talking about Murder at the Beacon Bakeshop by Darci Hannah. So this is the first book in the series A Beacon Bakeshop Mystery, and I had read, I think it was the fourth book. You know, when you try and look these up, it says you can read them out of order, which technically you can. Like, I didn't feel terribly lost because there's always like a recap of sorts of the relationship between people and, like, you know, their role in the community and whatever. But really, I do feel like having this and the A Bakeshop Mystery by Ellie Alexander, both of them are better to read in order. So this is the first book in a new series, so says the cover, and I absolutely loved this book. It does make a little bit more sense reading this one, where it's the opening of the shop, rather than jumping in 3 books later. But this book is so much fun. It's based in Michigan, right off of Lake Michigan. And she is a baker who decides to leave her New York life on Wall Street and to open a bakery in this old lighthouse that's kind of decrepit, and she had to do a lot of remodeling and stuff. And needless to say, it's a murder mystery, so things happen. But one of my favorite characters is her dog, which just the way the dog is described is so much fun. Because there's like random scenes where he's just being a dog, and even on the cover, it just matches. Because like, he's just this big, black, fluffy beast that is just a sweetheart and is truly just dog. And absolutely my favorite character. And the story follows our main person, Lindsay, and her trying to get her bakery set up, and things go wrong day one. And it's just really fun to read through these books. I think it's just a fun genre. I never see the plot twist. I never see the whodunit, ever. I don't know if it's just because I'm not a detective. Like, that's just never been my thing. But, like, this one was sitting there going, okay, but I know some of these characters are going to be in book 4, so it can't be them, right? Like, it couldn't be. It couldn't be, right? But I was wrong. I was very wrong. The person I was like, there's no way. I'm pretty sure they were in the 4th book. They're not, I don't think, because nope. So, and others, I was like, I don't remember this person. I wonder if they don't become a problem. And you're like, oh, wow, yeah. No, they do not become a problem indeed. It's weird to read them out of order, so definitely read them in order. But at least these 2 authors in particular, I have not been able to ever guess who done it, ever. And you would think reading a book where it's the same characters and they keep having murders happen would, like, get a little cliche or, like, a little boring or, like, unbelievable, but it fits, and they both write so well. Like, I hope that they're friends, like, at the very least, like, they're not enemies, like, trying to compete against each other, because I feel like the world just needs more books like this, and I'm just loving them so much. This book is really fun. I loved the ghost aspect, and, like, having her haunted lighthouse, I absolutely love. I do wish there was a little bit more of the paranormal, but when I made a post about this book on Instagram, somebody commented that there's, like, a magical Bakeshop mystery, and so I'm curious how those books are going to go, if it's going to be like that. I'm very curious. But anyways, I love the ghost aspect of this, even if it's very minor. It's really fun, and I know it continues, and I just absolutely love it. The thing with these books is that, like, this genre as a whole, I don't know how they do it, but somehow they managed to make murder not a thriller book. Like, when I describe it to my husband, he's like, how is that calming? And it's like, nah, this is like the book you want to just snuggle up and read all day. You could read it before bed. You're not going to have nightmares. They're not trying to, like, really pull at, like, the anxiety and, like, the thriller books do, you know, where it's the suspense and you're like, oh my God. It doesn't do that. Instead, it is cozy. You just read it and you're like, huh, I do wonder who done it. But at the same time, there's so much talk of baking and cooking and an obsession with coffee, and, like, the area, like, I wish this was a real place that I could go to, because I would truly love to go and visit there, and I have family from Michigan, so it was really fun to read through this and be like, oh yeah, well, why don't you just head up to Traverse City? And you're like, oh, I know that place. I've been there. Like, it's really fun. Because it's, like, kind of a random place that, like, I don't know if the town she's talking about actually exists. I didn't bother to look it up. But it's just fun to read about a place that, like, you don't hear about very often. I haven't come across a whole lot of books based out of Michigan. It's kind of a random place to pick. And you know, like the other series by Ellie Alexander is based out in like Oregon, and it's like, yeah, that checks. But, you know, having it out in Michigan, it's fun. It's a different vibe, and I love her big fluffy dog, and just the writing in this is so much fun. The first book, I was kind of confused because she kept calling Kennedy Ken, but she doesn't in this book, so I think it comes later. But for this one, she was always Kennedy, to the point that now I think if she started to switch the name, I'd be okay with it. But the first time I'm like, who is Ken? When did he show up? Oh, it's short for Kennedy. Why? But this time the nicknames really just fit. Some of them were a bit of an eye roll, and like the weird love triangle situation ish is like not exactly my favorite, but at the same time I'm like, whatever, because it's cozy. It doesn't go into a lot of details, and some of the nicknames are just kind of funny. And I did not see the ending for this at all. That was quite a surprise, because, you know, the way the plot went was not how I was anticipating, and I love that for these books. Really, if you want a cozy book, you need something to just go and read, especially if you're going to Michigan. Pick up this book. Like, it's so well written. You're definitely engaged start to finish. It's really fun. I love the writing. She writes very well. I can't wait to read more of her books, and I hope she continues to write more because she's a really good author for this. She does such a good job. The cover art of this is absolutely stunning, and just overall, I love these. I cannot wait to buy copies for myself because absolutely amazing. So I would love to know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. As always, if you want to check out my books, they are linked on my blog, as well as all of my posts pretty much that I do. I try and upload semi-regularly to let you know that I'm still doing stuff. But anyways, until next time, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and doing book reviews and then book updates of my own. So anyways, until next time, thank you for watching, and I will see you all soon.